Hello. Okay. Usually I'd wait to start, but here we go. Chapter 1, Space Pioneers. Okay. Nobody's nail machine. Okay.
Everything seems quiet. Radiation levels are normal. The batteries are probably on the ground floor. Try using the detector. Run your IIS.
Alrighty then. That is. Whoa, what the hell? R1 is crouch? Very strange. Squares jump.
Looks like the battery's been dead for a while.
Yeah. Oh, this is one of the weirdest. I have to go back to the keyboard. Sue me, I bought a, $250 controller. I like using it. DualSense. Oh. Or, oh shit. Wow, this is some of the weirdest controls.
Magnetic key. It's good if it still has a charge.
What? Dude. I... Okay. Wait a second. Can I use that? Never mind. Oh, here we go. Use it. Dude. Weird game. Handle or lever? That? How is this? That maybe? Dude. What about this? Okay, well, I can't use... Every time I hit a button, something on my computer happens. Oh, is that not it? Oh. Never mind. Sorry. Because I swear to God, every time I was hitting a button. Dude. Okay, I want to use it. Not that. This. Yeah. I have one. Oh. Oh, some kind of lever, huh? You mean the one I have in my hand? Sorry. I don't know, dude. I don't know, dude. I don't know. There's nothing else left in here. Oh, here we go. That not gonna work. How you do it? What's this? Another fucking... Oh, that's, what's it called? Not Fukushima, jeez. Oh my god. What is the name? Oh, wait, yeah, maybe... I think it was Fukushima? No. It's the one where the meteor came crashing down into the sky. Forget it. Doesn't matter. No one cares. No one cares. This is fucking retarded, by the way. This might be the worst beginning I have ever. No fine thorium batteries. What the fuck do those look like? I wish I could stop swearing as much on stream. But I can't. It's impossible. So, fuck you. Oh shit, son. Oh.
Impressive. The spirit of a bygone era.
Okay.
A working mechanic. Somebody disarmed him.
Thing. Apartments. Okay. Or offices. Okay. It'd be nice to have a flashlight. Gamepad. Oh, PlayStation. Flashlight F. Oh, good. Oh, wow. I don't know how to do it on the controller. Okay. Nope, same buttons. No power. Bro. Fucking stupid. Okay.
You can use your
Can we find-
locksmith's wrench here.
You think? Nice. Alright. It's making me actually do it. That's cool. Kinda cool.
Poor guy.
Dang.
He is frozen stiff.
Oh, look through his shit.
Ignat, don't forget to watch temperature. It's better not to stay here too long to avoid hypothermia.
Oh, it's like that. Nice. I actually like that. Gives me a reason to hurry up. Hey, freaking cool.
Great. Now you'll be able to connect to different devices, even if they're de-energized.
Dope. Dope. I got myself into trouble writing this down just in case my fingernails still work, blah blah blah. In places like this, better backup store in the warehouse, blah blah. Anyway, I found the batteries, blah blah blah. Okay, I don't care. I've got an emergency here, come down to the basement, are you even there to respond? Cool. Awesome. Nice to know. Fucking noise. What? What? Oh shit, I'm losing power. Oh, don't do that. Oh shit, you know what? Seriously? Okay. Well. Where is that? Should have read that better. Charge capacitor like my devices, unlock a lock, recharge a drones. Anyway, I found the batteries into the climbing up stairway. I broke my leg, now I'm waiting for okay. My fingers still work. Backup batteries. These things are worth like. Dude, you don't give me the password or anything? Shit. Okay. Fuck. Gotta find better batteries. Alright, let's go upstairs and see if there's something. Oh shit. How do I open this? Shit. Damn it, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, what was that? Oh. Oh, okay. So once you do one, you're good. There you go. Oh, what the fuck? I got all of them though. Oh my God, thank Christ.
I am sorry.
The fuck?
Everything all right, Iglet?
It's fine. There's someone. It looks like it's more scared than I am.
Good. There's a lot of them in the neighborhood. Good thing they're not all aggressive.
Nice. There's the hand crank. Oh, bro, I can't flush the toilet. I think. Oh. Taking a poop. That's what it sounds like. Taking a poop. I know, I know. I'm so childish. I know. Fuck. Gosh darn it, people like me. How does that go again? Um, and I don't remember how. Oh, fuck you. Oh, gotcha. Okay, let's see. Gosh darn it, people like me. Alright, let's go do whatever we gotta do right here. That drone is gonna come back. Nice. Oh! That's creative.
It is tragic how many accomplishments and plans have been lost in the abyss of war and chaos.
Interesting. Alright, back outside.
The rainbow's
Back out in
full.
the cold.
The world is destroyed, but the agitation is still broadcasting.
Unfortunately, I don't really... Oh, okay, I guess I do. I got a little bit of time out here. I'm at 68%. Interesting. The hell? Oh. Well. Oh, that stupid drone.
Well, it's time to head back. It's going to get dark soon.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. Hail to the rainbow, our party, it's industrial.
Amazing opportunities and the most advanced developments of the media universe.
Most advanced developments of the metaverse.
Feel like a truly
This will make you feel truly progressive citizen, keeping up with the times.
The most technological developments for your kids, gadgets for work, household drones, and neural implants that make your activities much easier.
Much easier.
All will be available now. Just make a request to the social work office, and your life will never be the same again.
Okay. Interesting. Oh. You have to do the message. Well, message. What are those? Whoa, what the f... That's not a very good sign. Remember in the demo, though, I got to drive. Hopefully I can drive again. Okay. Message from an unknown user. Ready? She's not the... Hello, son. There's a whole universe inside you. Do you remember? What the? Son. That's a boy?
Do you really think it's him? After all these years? You could try to find out the source of the signal, but you'd have to get to the transmitter. It's a long way to go. You have to be prepared.
Okay. Messages. Nikolai,
Don't
not tell me.
forget to
You
finish
have
the
to tell it
second
right.
copy of the detector. You have
Are
to
you
go to
human?
the
Are you
tower
human? Are you
tomorrow.
human? Okay, games, I don't care. Phonogram. Okie dokie. Cameras. Alrighty then. Oh, fuck. God, this is such the dude. I do not like the buttons. Absolutely atrocious. How do I eat that food that I had? Okay. L1 for inventory? So strange. Never seen that before in a game, ever. Always. Are you gonna let me drink my coffee? What is this? Ding? Radio. What the fuck? What is that? Why is there always just one? A lot of times, fast turns out you can get used to anything. The bunkers become a home, worst community, blah, blah. During the day, I usually go out searching, upgrade the radio. My memory remains the same. It's hard to tell whether the real memories just stored in fantasies. I still haven't been able to learn anything about my father. All attempts unexpectedly at work. Oh my god. Dude. It's a fucking boy. What the... Ain't no boy I ever seen. What's that? Oh. I'm hungry. Guess what? You didn't even teach me how to eat. Asshole. So, I have no idea how to eat. Not a clue. Here's the thing. There's no... Where's the food that I picked up? Oh, well, fuck you. Boy, it's gonna take a minute to get used to that. Alright, I think we're good to go. Guys. Good to go. Okay. Assemble the second detector. You assemble it, bitch. Okay. Uh. Oh. Uh. Sorry, turn on the flashlight, by the way. R3. How do I put it together, man? Oh, perfect. Oh, dude. How? Yes, how do I make that in quick access? Assemble the second detector. Okay, how? That's all I can do. It doesn't even tell me how. This game has got to be like, it's hard because like I feel like I'm gonna like this game, but dude, you gotta show stuff in the beginning. I mean, especially when you got buttons mapped out like this. Obviously, I don't. Oh. Bro, I'm gonna go hungry. Like, you can't show me how. God. I don't care. No, none of these. Okay. Nothing in here. Actually, that's a no. Thing there. Assemble second detector. Oh, hold on a second. What the fuck? God, I retarded. Nope. Okay, so we're supposed to, yep, use that thing that I've been trying to use. Oh, what the hell? What's he? Okay. What the hell? So, oh my God. Yeah. Whoops. Yeah, you gotta use the keyboard. That's why.
Well done.
That's so bad. Okay. Whoa. What'd you sleep for? Testing new prototypes this weekend will be trippy or tricky. Feeling inspired. La, 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 la. Okay. Ah.
Who is awake in here?
Come on, Sam. Look what Santa Claus got you for Christmas.
Wow, cool! Mom, Dad.
Okay. Alrighty. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Dad.
Hey! Dad! Dude, what are you doing?
Daddy. Dad.
I'm sorry, Ignat. I have to go.
Ow. Oh, come on. No.
Good morning.
We're back.
I often have nightmares too.
Okay. Not that anyone's listening. Deliver the assembled device to the tower. Oh. That's cool.
It's a pleasant morning today.
Oh? Is it though?
There is nothing to do in the garage for now. Let's go to the tower. It looks like the bolt is frozen. Better try later. Be careful. The steps are slippery.
Carburetor. I don't know. Oh. Okay.
Great. Let's go to the garage now and try to fix the vehicle today. Wow, a transporter.
Bro. Oh, maybe the garage is over there. Wow, that thing is huge, dude. Where am I going? Wait, what the fuck? Where'd that thing go? What the hell? Where'd that robot go? Oh. I hope this is this place. Garage tower. Yeah. I thought this was the garage, but it's not opening, dude.
Check the list on the table. What's left for us to do?
Throw on the tire, put in the carburetor.
Now you can take the car off the jack.
Oh. Those looked like screws. I was like, okay, well, I guess that's the top right there.
Don't
Yep,
forget
there
to
you
shut
go.
the hood.
Because usually there's a top right here, and then there's bolts. There's about, like, I don't know. Well, not really bolts. Well, there are bolts coming out, but then there's fly washers on there, on top. Forget it. Jay? Forget the what? Install the carburetor, install new spark plugs, change the wheel. Yeah, done all that. So. What do you want me to do? Man. Okay. Now you're gonna close the hood. Oh.
Well done, Ignat.
There you go.
Let's try to get her started.
Ah.
Congrats
Yeah.
on your first car. Let's put it in reverse and gently step on the gas while releasing the clutch. Okay, practice a bit on the course. Put it in first gear, drive around the barrels, and get a feel for the steering. The panel on the left shows the current gear in small print. Too bad there is no navigator. It's kind of inconvenient. Let's turn right. There was an old jalopy on the road to the museum. Maybe we can
An
pull
old
the navigator
jalopy.
out of it.
Let's say jalopy. Relay. You know what? Oh. God damn, dude. Okay. All right. Dude. Told me to go right. God. Investigate the old car.
Good. I hope it's working. Let's go home now. And tomorrow we will hook it up and head to the repeater.
Okay. Oh, what
You
the
are
fuck?
doing great. It seems like you have been driving since you were a kid.
What's going on with my fucking windshield?
Don't forget to charge the drone, Ignat.
The future has already arrived. Our technology gives you limitless possibilities. IIS, or Individual Interface System, combines all the necessary functions without which it is difficult to imagine modern life.
Alexa, when is the Seahawks game? 8 p.m.
Спасибо, ждем вас снова.
The fuck? Dude, what the fuck? There's no guidance in this game. Zero. Zilch.
Давай, осторожно. Мы на вызове. Женщина пожилая, похожа на...
Ignat, what are you doing here?
Oh, Grandpa. Aunt Valia. It seems she's feeling unwell.
Well, maybe it'll be alright. She'll probably get some help.
What if it doesn't work out?
Well, then Aunt Valley will go to another place. and we won't see her again.
Is this place good?
I won't lie. I don't know. But I hope so.
Well then,
Okay.
safe travels. Before you head out, you can check your new drone. It should...
Relay station. Shit. So what? Okay, relay station. Relay station. Relay station. Oh.
There seems to be some interference on the airwaves. I will be offline for a while. Let's stop here and take a look around.
Okay. Really don't have anything to say about this. It's shit. God damn it. Okay. Dude. This flashlight blows. What? I hate these controls so much. How the hell do you figure out the you know, the fuck? Oh. Oh, I'm healing. Yeah, I'm not feeling this game. Yeah, I'm not feeling it. Gosh. I know it's black. I was about to go to something This game is okay. So this is a horror game called Tiny Bunny, and it has extremely good reviews. But it's like the game is not what you think. It's more about, let's see. That's bullshit. See. Ah, there it is. There we go. It's loading. Tiny Bunny. Oh, shit. Oh, okay. I thought I chose a different language. Bunny. It's a language. Oh, we can't play. Darn it. Fucker. Your bunny. Okay then. I mean, should I? Should I? Alright, fuck it. I don't like turning that on. The wind clawed at my window all night long. It wandered the fields and howled like a hungry beast. An endless song weaved from all sorts of voices. Shrill, gentle, sneery, twinned in the air. They were shouting and laughing and arguing about something. Someone was running through the snow while casting long shadows that would occasionally creep close to my bed. Our house had a mind of its own, the creaky old mind of a building that had seen a lot in its days and seemingly trying to share its wisdom in the inhabitants. The lonely house faced the forest, and the dark green thicket gazed back in its hollow eyes, rustling, wheezing, swaying back and forth. Wow, there you go. One could come out and stand at the edge of the forest to reassure themselves there was nobody behind the crooked trees. Fuzzy silhouettes swaying in the wind couldn't possibly do any harm. It's just a play of light and shadow. Just a play. I knew it was my imagination. I was already 12 after all. Still. You see that bunny? The wolf? Episode 1, The Owl Will Arrive. Okay.
Убери книгу немедленно.
Hey, put away your book. No, I want that, like, as dim as possible. I just want it, like, I don't want it flashing, you know what I mean? Anyway, okay. What is it? Hey, put away your book.
Сколько раз говорила, не читай за столом, вредно. Сидишь, сутулился весь.
How many times have I told you not to read at the table? It's bad for your health. Look at how slouched you are. All right, Mom. You are smoke show, Mom. That came out wrong. I didn't protest, put the book away. About Conan the Barbarian aside. Oh. I was stuck on a line I couldn't understand after reading it 3 times anyway. Olia had already finished her breakfast and was munching on some cookies. She was so enthusiastic. She almost looked like your typical girl from commercials.
Пока не съешь, из-за стола не встанешь.
You're not going anywhere until you finish it all. I, on the other hand, was trying to drill a hole in my plate in my eyes as if it would make the porridge disappear. Hazy anxiousness welled up inside, all because of the previous sleepless night. The black forest around our house and the gloomy wind. The longer I waited, the colder the lumpy white substance became. Ugh. It looked like a jellyfish from the Odyssey. I love that show. Constantino. I wonder how horrifying the bottom of the ocean is. Or how cold the black forest is at night. The spoon fell out of my hand. Mom showered me with cold glare from her green eyes.
Что я говорила?
What did you say?
Я достану.
I'll get it. I had 10 seconds to catch my breath before battling the nasty porridge once again. I felt around for the spoon. What is this? Carved on the other side of the table. Karina. Huh, that's my mom's name. I guess she carved it. I guess she carved it out with something pointy when she was little. She sure was a little rascal damaging the furniture like that. She would scold me for a week if I did something similar, though. Should I remind her about it? No, she's been kind of in a bad mood lately. I imagine her being my age, sitting under this table. I wonder if Mom was afraid back... Wow. I wonder, was Mom afraid of the dark back then? Or, I don't know why I had so much time. Or the sounds coming from the attic. Or the thick forest. Imagine my grandma coming into my little mom's room, sitting at the edge of her bed, where Olia sleeps nowadays, and saying this her soft, smooth voice.
Тайга особое место, дитятка.
Taiga is a special place, little girl. It's watching you closely, sniffing you out, trying to discern what kind of beast you are. If you're good sort, it won't abandon you in times of trouble.
А будешь проказничать, схватит за бочок и утащит с собой под землю.
But if you're a bad apple, it'll grab you by the side and drag you underground.
Тут и дело с концом.
And that would be it. Grandma was caring. She never fought with anybody, never yelled, never even swore. Those were the times without the maddening screams until late at night, without smashed dishes and mutual accusations. Our parents used to love each other back then. I remember listening to one of their conversations by chance. They were talking about Grandma getting prepared for her funeral. Hold on a second. for her funeral. She had already bought a casket, but she called it her cute funeral box. It waited for its time in the closet patiently. It was black, upholstered with meat-colored material on the inside. I saw it when my grandmother was getting buried. The house didn't change since the time she was alive. Only all of the photos were gone. Glass-covered pictures with gray faces of my ancestors. They all had a dead but watchful look in their eyes. I crawled out from underneath the table. Oya was done with her cookies and was looking at my share like a sly woodland critter. I turned my gaze toward the frosted window. There were a lot of dark pines, but they didn't grab my attention. The pattern of the forest formed a picture on the glass.
Оля, гляди, лиса!
Oya, look, it's a fox.
Где?
Where? Looked almost like the optical illusion thingies they put on back of students' notebooks. A mixture of lines at first glance, but if you blur your vision a little bit, looked like and look under a certain angle.
Ты не на улице, на стекле.
Not outside, on the window.
Смотри, вот нос, вот.
Look, here's the nose.
Ну-ка, доедай.
Ate up.
Да, сейчас.
Yes, just a moment.
Я ничего не вижу.
I don't see anything.
Живо. Совсем немного осталось.
Hurry up, not much left.
Вот.
Oh, there it is. But it still doesn't look like one.
А я говорю, похоже.
I'm telling you it does.
Не-а.
Uh-uh.
Похоже.
It does.
Прекратите. Ну что за дети?
Stop it. These kids, I swear. I'll keep you busy, Mom. Now I couldn't see the fox either. It disappeared. Went away. Only the forest pattern, similar to stretched out nettle leaves, kept crawling up the glass. Oh, fuck you, Dad. My dad entered the kitchen with long, measured steps. I want to have a beard like his when I grow up. Mom would always ask jokingly, "Come on, shave it off, it stings." This was so long ago. Nowadays, rumbling doors and witty comebacks were an everyday occurrence. Oya always covered her ears whenever she hears something like, "What's the point in all of this?" through the wall. It's all for your sake, Dad would reply. For the sake of our family. I always caught every sound in fear of hearing the most dreaded, the deadliest word that started with a D. D-I-V-O. I don't even want to finish it. It was scary to imagine that me and my little sister could be torn apart and taken away from different
Да что твоя
families.
лиса? Вот у меня на окне сова.
Anyway, your fox is nothing. I have an owl in my window.
Опять ты со своей совой.
You and your owl talk again.
Так ты же вчера мне верил.
You said you believed me just yesterday. You said you believed me just yesterday.
Никто ключи от машины не видел?
Has anyone seen my car keys again?
Вроде оставлял на подоконнике.
I remember leaving them on the windowsill.
Вроде.
Right.
Вроде оставлял, вроде нет.
Maybe you did, maybe not.
Вроде взрослый мужчина, отец
You're a
двоих
grown
детей, а
man,
вроде...
a father of two,
Перестань,
and still,
пожалуйста,
Карина, please stop.
Дай мне спокойно
Just
собраться.
let me get ready in
В
peace.
корзине твои ключи, возле телефона.
Your keys are in the basket near your phone.
Огромное тебе человеческое спасибо.
Well, thank you very much.
Антон, ешь быстрее, а то как мученик
Антон.
сидишь.
Stop making a martyr out of yourself and finish your eating already. But the owl.
Не было там
There's
никакой
no
совы.
owl.
Была.
But there was one.
Лосюки огромные. черные, во, и светятся.
Had giant glowing eyes. Oya sprung up from the chair and placed her hands on her little face, imitating a pair of eyes with her fingers the size of an apple each.
В прошлом году бабай в шкафу, сейчас сова.
Last year, you had a Bobby, in your closet, and now this owl?
Но я же
But
видела.
I saw it. Oya shifted her gaze back and forth from her dad to mom to me. Couldn't find any
А ты не
support.
думала подружиться с ней, нет?
Have you ever thought of befriending it?
Вымышленными мышами покормить,
No.
например.
Feeding it with imaginary
Не
mice?
подначивай ребенка.
Don't bully our girl.
Просто мала еще. И спать одна
She's
боится.
just afraid to sleep. She's just afraid to sleep alone because she's still little. Oya pouted her lips in rebellion and rushed into the hallway. The staircase that led to the second floor creaked. Mom gave Dad a strict look. Oh, that look in her eyes. It's so uncomfortable to be pinned under it. Dad just snorted in reply and left, ringing with the keys he just found. A minute had passed, and the theme song from The Little Mermaid echoed through the house. It was stored on incredibly worn cassette tape, which Dad had already glued together once. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. As someone who grew up in those days, no, you didn't. It's so easy to fix objects by gluing them back together, for example. But how do you fix a relationship? Mom moved away from the living room. I was left alone, anxiously stealing glances at the window. Oya had trouble sleeping ever since we moved to this house. She would toss and turn, curl up into a ball under her blanket. Sometimes she would jump up in the middle of the night and turn on the VCR. Cartoons helped to take her mind off all the trouble we had with the move of our parents. Oof. Oh, shit. And then Oya saw a giant flying monster outside her window. She became obsessed with it. Our parents did everything in their power. They tried every little trick to get rid of those ridiculous fears. Oya refused to sleep alone and didn't believe that the owl was just one of her nightmares. After last night, I was unsure what to make of my sister's words, what to think of it myself. Can nightmares be infectious? That night, I couldn't get a wink of sleep and ended up thinking of what to expect from my new school. There were a couple of days left before the beginning of a new term. My imagination drew long, twisting hallways that led to a classroom full of kids. But all the students behind their desks, simply dark figures cut out using a template. Circular holes gaped in the middle of their faces, and pairs of eyes blinked inside these holes. It was as if some completely different creatures were looking at me from behind the flat black silhouettes. Their cruel glares, filled with icy sneers, made me shiver from head to toe. Will I survive here? Won't they gang up on me and beat me down? Stomp on me with their bloodied shoes? That damn school can burn for all I care. I just wish for anything to happen to it. Doesn't really matter what. I didn't want to go there that badly. I didn't want to see the people who were just itching to smack me on the side of the head, trip me up, think of a new offensive name for me, worse than the previous one. I felt like the glasses I wore made me an outsider or some sort of monster. My gaze slid across the drawings hanging on the walls. I couldn't consider myself a great artist, but Oya begged me to hang them. Drawing was the only thing that made me happy as of late. A small circle of friends, I had also enjoyed my paintings, and they promised to call me from time to time. Sometimes I imagine my mom picking up the phone and saying in a cold voice, you've got the wrong number. Or, Anton is not around. Anton is not around. I imagine my further classmates lying in their beds, just like me, listening to the howls of an invisible werewolves outside their windows. Maybe my new classmates will like me after all? But who would ever like a boy with thick glasses? I mean, my dad used to wear glasses when he was little, and now he's married with the most beautiful woman on the planet, my mom. The house creaked, pressed by the wind. The condo we used to live in, a 9-floor concrete building, buzzed with the neighbor's drill, mumbled with a TV set from behind the wall, cried like a baby from the big family next door. Or our current house, though can't really call it new, was completely different. It was silent and easy, going during the day. Its shadows lay dormant in the corners, on the closet cobwebs, and under the stairs. But they all woke up during the night. Something was watching me from every corner, almost as if the old photos of my deceased family with their ashen eyes were hanging on the walls in place of my drawings. The floor was squeaking, rusty drains were moaning, the attic was occupied by noisy drafts. One could think the house was performing some sort of demonic melody. And then I realized I was, in fact, hearing music. It was already playing for a good while. Somewhere at the edge of my perception, I could hear a flute. It was mixed in with the sound of wind, of the creak of the old house in my thoughts too. I stood up and rushed to the window. I wanted to reassure myself that this music was nothing more than a product of my imagination. It's not like someone is playing it there amidst the cold, snowy night, right? Someone was dancing in the field. Black silhouettes I could barely make out, with the dark forest as their backdrop. They jumped around, based in the moonlight, bumped into piles of snow, rolled around, and crawled on all fours. Stories about wolves playing under the moon came to mind, but these were clearly not wolves. They stood upright at times, circled around, holding hands and whipping up snow, disappearing into the shadows for a brief moment, and then coming back. Something bizarre was going on. Shadows dancing at the starless abyss made my imagination go wild, making me anxious at the same time. Suddenly, the music stopped. The dancing shadows froze in place, and I could swear pierced me with their eyes. One of the silhouettes immediately parted in the bizarre shadow. Carnival and sprinted across the field with giant leaps. Oh, Jesus Christ. It glided on a squeaky snow without leaving any prints until it was devoured by the pitch black shadow of my house, which became even darker and thicker. My heart was jumping around like a bird inside a cage. I shut the curtains with a swift motion and stepped back toward the bed. They saw me. A freezing torrent of fear washed over me. I stood in the middle of a perfectly dark room and listened to some unwanted guests move and scrape around looking for an entrance. The sound moved to the right, then circled around the house. Now, my guest should be at the front door. I jumped into the bed and covered myself with a blanket as if it could protect me. The shackles of fear locked my muscles. I remember the funeral, my grandma lying there, hands crossed on her chest and her facial features sharp, that like of a tin doll. Jeez. Ants running up and down the legs of chairs that held my grandma's casket. I imagine those little creatures climbing up into her head and pulling up her eyelids with their tiny little legs. Then her wrinkly eyeballs would once again move inside their sockets and she'd be able to see her grandchildren. I was chanting the spell she taught me throughout the whole procedure. And now, lying underneath this blanket and listening to squeaks and howls, I was repeating the same words.
На острове Буяне, в синем океане, стоит домовина, в ней сало и глина, волосы седые, чертям еда, раба Божьего Антона не тронут никогда. Бесы забудут дорогу к дому. Мертвый к мертвому, живой к живому.
Bizarre sounds had disappeared. I cautiously peeked out from underneath the blanket and saw circled curtains waving around like a hanged man. Then the night doused me with a new portion of boiling terror. The sound scratched at my eardrums. In reality, something or someone were scratching at my front door, hurriedly clawing at the wood, demanding to be let in. The door was shut. Dad had become very cautious recently, so he installed a sturdy lock. I remembered staring at the forest intently, as if he was looking for someone.
Мертвое к мертвому.
Ashes to ashes.
Живое к живому.
Dust to dust. I hugged my knees, placing my chin between them, and drilled the door with my eyes. It was so flimsy and weak before the might of darkness. And then the doorknob twitched slightly. It turned halfway, once, twice, as if the person who tried entered had no hands. The doorknob tilted once more, and then started clicking violently. My jaw cramped with fear, my wet fingers clutched the blanket. The door creaked and opened. The wind taunted me, moaning inside the tin drains. Now, you'll see. The door was wide open. The darkness writhed inside the carnivorous mouth of a doorway. It was as if night itself was calling out to me, flapping its black wings and squeaking with rusty hinges. I was trembling and snared by the web of darkness that hung in the corners of my room. waiting for the one who weaved it out come out. Oh my god. One who weaved it out come out of the gaping black hole. My abdomen tightened and my chest rose up, ready to exhale a desperate scream. But before I was able to do anything, the darkness asked me, my sister's pale face retreated from the thick shadows. I almost screamed from relief.
Оля, я не сплю. Что случилось?
Oya, I'm not sleeping. Did something happen? Oya frowned and stuck out her lower lip, a clear sign that she was about to cry. It's there again, staring at me. Shoo her away, Tosha, please. I'm so scared. The fear that was tormenting me just a minute ago crawled away and hid somewhere in my stomach. I needed to calm down Oya. I needed to calm Oya down.
Это был сон, глупая. Не пугайся.
It was just a dream, silly. Don't be scared. Dreams don't bite. No one's going to harm you. Oya sobbed. She was trying her best to believe me. But was I sure of
У меня
myself?
есть идея.
I have no idea.
Пойдем к тебе в комнату, видик посмотрим. Спящую красавицу, например.
Let's go to your room and watch the video Sleeping Beauty, for example, for a while.
Тебе же нравится этот мультик?
You like that cartoon, don't you?
Почему у спящей красавицы принца
What?
у меня эта страшная птица?
Why does the Sleeping Beauty have a prince and I have this scary bird? That question took me by
Ладно,
surprise.
давай посмотрим Золушку.
Alright, let's watch Cinderella. My thoughts became tangled, fuzzy. What was that? What studied me with its eyes while dancing ferociously under the moon? The darkness was clinging to the window, and it couldn't be fooled by Grandma's old chants. But it couldn't be satisfied with a feast of lard and long ashen hair.
Ты идешь?
Да, да, сейчас.
You coming? Yes, just a second. Oh my god! That's why I didn't want to laugh at Oya about her owl in the morning. Could be visiting us here in the middle of nowhere. We don't know anyone around here. So persistent. I felt extremely unsettled by... What the fuck? I felt extremely unsettled just from a silly thought that our morning guests could have came from the woods. I could barely hear voices coming from the front door. My mind was urging me to hide. In the closet. Under the table. Behind the curtains where Oya always hides. Tosha, come here. I felt like kettlebells were tied to my feet, but still dragged them toward the hallway. Nope, I knew it. A couple of policemen towered over me in the doorway. It smelled like frost and worry. My mom always winced and grumbled the moment she saw patrol cars. Worse than bandits. The moment, though, she looked somewhat confused.
Здравствуйте.
Hello? Oh, I see. So when they come to help, that's different, right? Shut the fuck up. The senior officer, who wore a grim expression,
Тут
nodded.
мальчик вчера потерялся. Вовой зовут.
Boy had gone missing yesterday. His name's Vova.
Глянь, пожалуйста. Ты его не видел?
Look at this, please. Have you seen him? Policeman held out a photograph to me. I thought it said of me. I was like, what the fuck? To me. There was a ginger boy around the age of elementary school, pictured with a wall carpet as a backdrop. He had a striped cat in his hands and wore a wide smile.
Нет.
No, I haven't.
Точно? Посмотри внимательнее.
Are you sure? Look closely.
Где мне его видеть? Я тут никого не знаю, да и из дома-то почти не выхожу.
Where would I see him? I don't know anyone around here. I barely even leave my house.
Может, видел в окно?
Well, maybe you've seen him from the window?
Да, у тебя ведь окна на лес.
That's right. Your windows look straight at the forest, don't they? The window.
Нет, не видел.
No, I haven't seen anything.
Ясно.
I see. Sounded tired, but his eyes, his stare, long and heavy, was full of suspicion. I squirmed unwittingly under the weight of guilt, which his giant shadow cast over me. The policeman finally tore his eyes from me and glanced over the hallway, stairway, and the cracks in the ceiling, which I have noticed before for some reason.
Вы, кстати, как на новом месте? Попривыкли уже?
How do you like your new place, by the way? Getting used to it?
Понемногу, только вот дочка маленькая по городу скучает.
Bit by bit, but it's our little daughter misses the city a lot.
Скучает, значит. Из местных вас никто не беспокоит?
Misses the city, huh? Have the locals been
Всё
treating
хорошо,
you well?
спасибо.
Yes, everything's all right, thank you. The policeman pierced through me once more time with his brown eyes. My head started
Может,
spinning.
вам помочь как-то?
Can I help you somehow? I asked in that shaky voice to look like a polite little boy and to end this unpleasant conversation
Я вот
sooner.
стою и думаю,
Now that I think
ты,
about it,
малец, на племеша моего похож.
you look like just one of my nephew's little
Шустрый парнишка твоих лет, с такими же окулярами. Все книжками зачитывался, детективами.
He's a witty little boy your age, wears the same type of goggles, always engrossed in reading those mystery novels.
Когда летом погостить приезжал, говорит, что в школу милиции мечтает поступить.
In police school when his family visited
Как
this
я,
summer.
хотел людям помогать. Смекаешь?
Wanted to help other people just like me, see? I felt uncomfortable as if a distant relative and not a police officer stood
Ох,
before me.
ребятушки,
You know what?
сидите-ка вы лучше дома. Не ввязывайтесь ни во что. Жизнь
Little boys
сейчас
like-
совсем другая пошла.
Little boys like you should stay at home, steer away from trouble. Times have changed so much. My mom interjected in a cold voice.
Мне ли не знать?
You don't say.
Ну да ладно.
Please, just shut the fuck up. Just stop. We're reading a fucking horror, mystery, good story. I swear to fucking God, you guys just cannot help yourselves. Oh my God.
Ты, Антон,
well
в
then.
каком классе
What
учишься?
grade are you in, Anton? Here they are trying to find a little boy and you can't help yourself with your stupid fucking anti-police bullshit. What grade are you in,
В
Anton?
шестом.
Six.
Друзей-то на новом
Have
месте
you ever
еще не
made any
завел?
friends so far? Why are subparts voiced?
Пока нет. Я только после каникул
Oh.
в школу пойду.
Not yet. I'll be going to school for the first time after the
Тогда вот
break.
вам на всякий случай мой номер. Звоните, если узнаете что.
Then I'll leave you my number just in case. Call me if you have any new info. Policemen were gone along with their shadows, the smell of cheap cologne, and the photo of the smiling boy. His face still stood before my eyes. I wonder what it was like for him, being all alone there. For some reason, I thought of the forest, swaying in the wind. What did this poor parents feel? What would my parents do if I had gone missing? Would they cry and thrash around hysterically? Or would they accuse each other like they always do? Forget about me eventually.
Мам, А Вова этот в нашем лесу заблудился?
This Nova, did he go missing in our forest?
Выходит, что так.
Seems like it, poor
Бедный
child.
ребенок.
Look out the window at the road. The police UAZ drove off toward the village. The officer's nephew came to mind when I was splitting off old paint from the windowsill. I remembered all the teenage mystery novels from the Black Kitty series I've read this summer. Your average boys and girls investigated all sorts of mysteries out there. They looked for clues, spied on suspicious people. And after a set of amazing adventures, bam! Solved by any complicated case. They became local celebrities and must have made their parents very proud. I noticed a trail of policemen's footprints that led to the forest. And then it clicked in my head. Why don't I start an investigation of my own? Maybe I'll find that lost boy. That's a great idea. And I'll get a reward, and Oya will be so happy. Not only Oya, my mom and dad too. Maybe they'll even forget about their chores for a while. Maybe I'll even save us from the D word. I fantasize about buying Oya a Tamagotchi and getting a cassette player and a bunch of tapes for myself. Tamagotchis. Oh my god. I used to have a Tamagotchi. And a whole box of Kinder Surprise. When was the last time our parents bought us any toys? Last autumn, I think. My dad lost his job at the time. There's that annoying song about it. I had little or no idea what accountants' jobs like. They count money, I think. Neighbors used to envy us. But nowadays, mom and dad barely had money to afford sweets, and dad always divide a single chocolate bar between me and Oya. Sometimes I gave her my share too. No matter how much I wanted to eat sweets, she was still just a pipsqueak. I couldn't wait. Yeah. I couldn't wait to go out looking for
Пойду
clues.
погуляю.
I'm going outside.
Ага, сейчас.
Yeah.
Чтобы потом милиционеры с твоей фотографией по домам ходили.
You want the police to go around with your photograph
Лес
next?
вон какой густой.
The forest is so
А если
thick.
мальчика звери дикие утащили?
What if a
Или
boy
того
got
хуже?
snatched up by wild animals or something even worse? Even worse. I go through the
Да я
hallway.
рядом буду. В лес не
I won't go
пойду.
far. I stayed away from the
Что я
forest.
тебе сказала?
Did you
Мне
hear what I
дважды
said?
повторять.
Or should I repeat myself?
Лучше портфель собери или соли поиграй.
Better go pack your school bag or play with Oya. The sound of splashing water came from the kitchen. It meant that the argument was over and Mom had the last word. Wow. The dark, stuffy closet. Mom said it smells like mice, but how would she know what it smells like? She hates when I stick my nose in there. She's afraid I'll cut myself in that freshly sharpened axe. And Oya can't even be lured close to it. She thinks Bobby is living in there. I tried to help her fight her fears once I opened the door and turned on the dim lamp, and so she would see that there's nothing but cobwebs, dad's tools, and scratched walls. She still didn't believe me. And I like to hide in the closet and listen to Oya count outside. 1, 2, 3. Better hide from me, and then drag her feet on the creaking floors, hoping she wouldn't look for me in the cramped monster's den. Okay.
Mm?
Well, hello, Mom. Mom's a smoke show. Grandma kept ice cream for me and Oya there, but now I could only see meat bits from soup and clumped together. What the fuck? Palmini? Grew to hate them already. It was just difficult to lie to Mom, but there was no other way for me to run away from home.
Мам, там что-то с телевизором
Something's
случилось.
wrong with the
Картинка
TV.
какая-то тусклая,
The
и
picture's
экран весь
dim.
в полосах.
There were stripes all over the screen. Mom's face became visibly
Без
distorted.
ножа меня режешь. Дострелялся в
Killing
уток
me here.
своих.
Jeff, you had enough of those shooting those stupid ducks.
Говорила же, посадите мне кинескоп своей приставкой.
Told you the keen scope will go dim because of your
Где мы теперь
console.
мастера найдем в дыре этой, а?
Where will we find a TV technician in this hole?
Может быть, просто
Huh?
настройки сбились?
Maybe it's just the
Сходи,
settings?
посмотри.
Well, please see for yourself.
Нормально же работал с
Strained
утра.
it worked for
Из-за
me this
снегопада,
morning.
наверное, неполадка.
Maybe the snowfall caused it. Mom rubbed her hands clean from her apron and went to Oya's room. This. Oh, what? There's no time for this. Mom will come back soon. Stupid. I opened the front gate and went into the field. Carefully so Mom wouldn't see me from the window. When I crossed half of the distance toward the forest, the snow piles became as high as my knees. I remembered my nightly fears. Saw those silhouettes around here. So, yeah, save it. Oh, shit. I saw those silhouettes around here. They were jumping around, holding hands. That hypnotizing music started playing in my head all on its own. In the light of day, those distant figures felt like a simple dream. The sun turned my nightmares to ash, but the aftertaste was still there. Distant ringing in my ears, distorted shadows crawling on the snow alongside me. And a barely audible whisper in my head, blurry and almost kind. Everything was silent. So silent, I felt like the world was totally empty. No ground, no sky, no parents, no Oya. The time reached its limits. A one-way trip that ended at the forest's piney stockade. Sometimes silence was much scarier than any scream. Our parents would scream at each other while arguing. Both me and Oya turned to stone, listening to them. But then always the ringing silence. Our apartment became numb a couple of days before we departed. It was hard to remember the last time Mom and Dad joked around, laughing, or spent time together. Almost like it was all in a previous life. When they kissed with Oya present, she frowned and snorted in a funny way. But one day, it all changed. Something important had left our home, and something scary filled the remaining void. It was as if a fire broke out, and our parents were hurriedly packing our belongings, trying to save themselves and us. From who, though? From the people with dead, cold eyes who sometimes visited us in our previous home. The eyes that only saw balls of worms on the black ground and everything. And somewhere far away, a siren was going off, trying to warn us of the coming menace. I shredded, chasing away my delusions, and looked around. There was only me, this white field, and the wind that was wiping up icy dust and belts of powdered snow. I squinted from the sun and turned my eyes to the sunless forest. It looked especially dark in contrast with the blinding whiteness. Knobby tree roots slithered underneath the snow like fat snakes. Rotten leaves and needles froze into the ice. Dry, prickly branches intertwined, bringing up uncomfortable thoughts about fences. Were they protecting the forest? Or were they keeping something from breaking out? Some object was hanging from one of the pointy branches. I tried to get closer, drowning in snow. When I almost got to the edge of the forest, I saw a knitted mitten. It looked like a wounded bird among the hungering semi-dark. Should I take it to the police? Their senior officer looked gloomy, but he still reminded me of Captain Casanova from my favorite TV show called The Streets of Broken Lights. He was always anxious with tired look in his eyes, but still brave and strong. He saw the cop go into the woods. How did he not see that? Will this mitten help them find that lost boy? Bova! I heard a distant shout. Looked like it came from the river. Bova! As if the trees were calling out to someone. Bova! It sounded closer to me. Someone was standing there, behind the trees, hiding. Bova! I knew someone was looking for a lost boy, but still, something was unsettling about that figure. Its stillness. How it was bent unnaturally toward the ground. Its blackness. There was no one out there, just branches and roots. It's all just in my imagination. A nearby bird flapped its wings loudly. A shadow split from the tree and disappeared from my sight. I looked away for a moment, but then when I turned my gaze back at the same place, it was gone. So it was my imagination after all. Silence reigned for a painfully long time. I did not think I was going to be reading for this long, so sorry. I'm not. My muscles were tightly sprung. My heart was beating somewhere in my throat. Any noise, any little movement, any small whisper from the thicket, and I'd sprint. But nothing of the sort happened. I looked at the mitten once more. I decided to take the lonely mitten from the branch. Over! A shout rumbled across the field and dissolved into the distance. No echo, no hope, or a reply. I stepped towards the bristling trees and tried to claim my find. It didn't budge. Pulled harder, the branch cracked out and the mitten tore off, landing on my hand with a squishy sound, all too heavy, wet. I squeezed it without thinking and something dark spilled from it, forming a tiny string between the mitten and the snow. Steam rose from the snow pile. I froze in place, studying my palms in disgust. Red. Sound of crackling branches invaded my silence. The silence. I didn't have to think twice before running away. Someone was chasing me from the darkness, breaking pine branches, closing the distance with giant leaps. Snow was slowing me down. Crazy thoughts flew through my mind. I'll get caught. They'll get me. I'll be dragged in the thicket. I'll be gone forever. But there was one voice, probably one of reason. It gave me strength, spurred me on. You can do it. Don't stop. I heard on an animal roar behind me. It was so loud my ears went numb. I felt like the sound had come from a pack of hungry beasts rather than a single one. Their nostrils sucked in freezing air. They sensed my fear. Two giant wings flapped above my head. An enormous shadow flew over the clearing, a hoot, a whiz. The roars were coming from all directions now. From the dried-up raspberry bush, from twisted pines, from under the windfall. Hurry, run, don't look back. I felt like I was inside a nightmare. The snowy clearing became vicious like quicksand. I was stuck in place. I pulled my legs from the mushy trap just to be caught in a new one, even deeper than before. I continued to drown, sinking deeper and deeper with every desperate push. Was snow ever this sticky? I screamed in horror after realizing it wasn't snow. Someone or something in the snow pile was clutching my pants. I gathered all my strength and rushed forward. The pressure of my leg was gone. My boots slipped out of a hole, and my soles were on a hard surface again. I raced a clear path with one jump from there, ran to my house. Its gloomy facade didn't look threatening now. The house was my line of defense from shadows that flapped their wings and the creatures that were hidden under the snow. I tripped over the store step, smashed into the door. In all my hurry, I still managed to notice the claw marks. As if a dog was striking the wood with its paws, demanding to be let in, could escape the cold. I hadn't noticed those marks when I was leaving. The heartbeat of my ears was much louder than my surroundings. I couldn't hear whether someone was following me or not. What if they were already out in my front yard, or Mom had locked the door? Drowning in fear, I pulled the doorknob and it obediently gave away. Rolled into the hallway and shut the door behind me. Porch planks creaked as my pursuers ascended the stairs. My fingers slipped off the lock and I couldn't click it in place. I gritted my teeth and pulled hard on the iron knob, whipping it between the boards. I stared blankly at the door. Someone was standing on the other side of the pitful, flimsy barrier. It was probably less useful than blankets. Wheezing breath reached into the house and crashed at me in waves. It smelled of pine and sweat. Mom peeked out of the kitchen and chastised me with the same frigid voice she had always used when talking to Dad. What exactly didn't you understand when I told you never to slam the door? Didn't mean to. I snuck a glance at the door. The smell was gone, and the breath was too. There was someone in the first place, of course. I didn't read that right. Here, mere 5 meters away from Mom, my fear was slowly weakening, melting like snow in spring. And with it, the last bit of strength I had left my body too. Oh, hello, Mom. My legs gave away. I propped myself up against the wall so I wouldn't fall over. My Mom's expression had changed immediately. The cold mask of strictness and detachment was gone. Mom looked the same as before all those quarrels. She finally saw my condition, my wet pants plastered with snow. Where have you been? What did I tell you? I told you to stay home. And nothing to you? Am I nothing to you? I got afraid she would cry. I reached out to her when I was very little and I wanted her to cuddle me. But Mom regained her composure fast and put on her usual face. Her eyes shined like steel. Her voice rang out.
У отца сигареты пропали.
Your dad can't find his cigarettes.
Признавайся, ты их стащил? Курить бегаешь?
Be honest, did you snatch them? Were you smoking a cigarette?
Там за мной кто-то
There was
гнался.
someone chasing me.
Я
I
думал,
thought. I started as soon as I started explaining myself. Tears welled up in my eyes. Mom leaned toward me and sniffed my clothes like a beast, searching for the smell of tobacco. Then she squinted her eyes in suspicion and looked into the front yard. Her expression changed in an instant. She covered her mouth with her
Гляди, вон
hand.
же они.
Look
Прямо
over
за...
there at the fence. My heart was thumping as I became prey once again, and my pursuers were following me in the field. I could swear that I've heard something scratch at the door like in my nightmare. Mom beckoned me with her finger, and I gathered all of my remaining bravery to look at the kitchen window facing my fear. Fuck. I didn't see what that said. Let me see if I can go to backlog. I could barely discern some hairy silhouettes swimming in the snow through the icy winter patterns on the glass. Dogs. Just a pack of strays with no name and owner, barely reminding of hungry monsters that live on the edge of the forest.
Божечки, ты их
Oh boy, you're
испугался?
scared of them?
Да
Like
они
they'd rather
сами
be scared
себя
of you,
перепугали.
Anton.
Они гнались за мной.
They were chasing me like a
Словно-
bunny.
А вдруг они бешеные?
What if they weren't? And what if they're rabid? The smile slowly disappeared from my mom's face. Now she looked at the dogs as if it was her first time seeing
Что если
them.
они нападут на Олю?
What if they attack
Mom?
Oya? Mom?
Вот бы твой отец их всех
I wish your
перестрелял.
dad could just shoot them
А
all.
что?
God damn it. Mom, look. They're alive. Huh?
Ты
What?
уж определись, они тебе друзья или враги?
Are they your friend or your foe? After all, make up
Не
your
маленький
mind.
ведь уже.
You're not a little kid anymore. Mom sighed in annoyance, and I felt so bitter that I bit my lower lip and fixed my gaze on the cobweb written corner just to keep myself from crying. Well, some detective I am. In reality, I wasn't risking my life among monsters, but rather my pants among a pack of stupid strays. What for? What use do I have for this? What about the fucking glove? Mitten. Of course! A dark and sticky mitten that belonged to the lost little boy made a squishy sound in my hand. It seems like I was clutching it the whole time. That's my trump card as a detective. I hurried to present this clue to my mom.
Мам, смотри, это Вовина варежка.
Mom, look, it's Vova's
Ну
mitten.
того, про которого утром
That
милиция
boy, the police
спрашивала.
car they were asking about this
Она
morning.
вся в крови.
It's drenched
На
in
дереве
blood. I found it
висела.
hanging from a
Вон
tree.
там, могу показать.
I can
Давай
show
в
where.
милицию скорее
Let's
позвоним.
call the police
Как
right
нас
away.
участковый просил.
Like the officer
Мам,
told us to.
гляди.
Mom, look.
О,
Ew. A shadow of doubt slowly crept onto my mom's contorted face, as if she was trying to remember something distant, like someone tries to remember their dream, but the image had
А
slipped
ну-ка
away.
прекрати сейчас же.
Stop it
Оля
at
тебя
this
услышит,
moment.
с ума
Oya
сойдет.
will go insane
Она и
if
так
she
не
hears you.
спит. На все подряд
Your dad has
жалуется.
trouble sleeping and whines all
Еще
the
и ты
time.
со своими шуточками.
And you joke around like this. At that moment, I realized the mitten was actually wet from the snow. There's no blood whatsoever. I wanted to sink through the floor from embarrassment.
Иди сюда, паникер.
Come on, my boy, cried
Да не
Wolf.
стой столбом. Вот,
Oh, just
таблетку
don't
на.
stand there.
Быстро пей.
Come take your pills. That explains a lot. Golden-colored pill reminiscent of a dead wasp fell from my
Я уже
palm.
пил сегодня. За
I already took
завтраком.
one during breakfast.
Попререкайся мне еще.
Don't talk over me.
Сказала дома сидеть. Нет же.
Told you to stay home,
Был
and
бы
you.
отец выпорол.
Dad would have given you a good whipping for that.
Сейчас же выпей, а то ночью не уснешь.
Come on, take it or you won't
Тебе
be
ведь
able to
в школу
sleep
завтра.
tonight. And you have school tomorrow. So I had to swallow the bitter medication, drinking it down with similar awful water that gave off a taste of chlorine. Maybe it wasn't Fova's mitten. Maybe it wasn't a mitten at all. Just like the forest monsters and Oya's howl. Am I going mad? What's happening to me? Either the pill from the immediate effect or my overexerted brain didn't let fear inside anymore. Serenity washed over me, bringing yawny indifference with all.
Антон, выпил?
Ashton, you done?
Можешь, если захочешь.
See, you can do it. When you try.
Раздевайся. Уснул,
Take off
что
your
ли?
coat. Are you asleep? No, Maya, I was just thinking.
Интересно, о чем же?
What about, I wonder?
Глупости всякие.
Something silly. Mom scrutinized me with suspicious eyes, as if she wasn't sure she was looking into her own son and not some doppelganger that came from the
Точно
forest.
все нормально?
Is
У
everything
тебя
alright?
такое лицо было, когда
She
милиционер
had that
про
same
окно
expression
спросил.
she had when the policeman asked about the window.
Все нормально, мам.
I'm alright, Mom. She sighed.
Хорошо.
Fine. It seemed like the house had changed. The sofa's fabric had become discolored. Footprints appeared on the bathroom tiles. Light bulbs also felt different, dimmer and yellower. Even the saliva inside my mouth had a different taste. Melody from Aladdin could be heard from the upper floor. Oya was done rewatching her favorite Little Mermaid episodes and switched to other tapes. I slowly changed into my home clothes, stopped before the sink and studied my reflection in the mirror, like I was trying to solve one of those spot the different puzzles. Then I went upstairs. Jaffier's and Lago's voices died down. Oh. I walked past Olga's bedroom and slipped into my own. Holy hell, I did not think I was going to be reading all of this. One of the drawers was empty. I hid the mitten in there. Simple action drained the last bit of strength I had from me. Sit out of the bed. And only then I noticed there was someone behind the curtains. My tired hand dropped to the sheets. That was due to the medication I took from the stress I underwent. The room became contort, as if the wind was blowing the walls out like a pair of sails. The corners of the room bent and undulated? Fuck if I know what that word means. The only stable thing in this whole room was the figure behind the windowsill and the curtains. Flimsy piece of cloth was stuck to my hidden visitor. Stuck to my hidden visitor. It reminded me of a burial sheets.
Оля?
Oya? Who else would be standing there? I stood up and licked my dried up lips.
Оля, очень смешно.
Yeah, Oya, it's so funny. Silhouette was unmoving. It was enveloped softly by the curtains, as if there was a thick layer of darkness there. Not a human being. Reached towards the curtains. Beat my heart, controlled by medication. The wind sang in the field with a chorus of voices. For a second, I wanted to return to my bed, just lie down and watch the person behind the curtain, knowing full well that they were looking back at me. They were looking without blinking, waiting for me to fall asleep. Plastic rings rustled against the holder when I pulled open the curtains.
Попался!
Gotcha! I knew it was her.
Да я сразу понял, что это ты.
Knew it was you from the beginning. A blindly bright halo lit up above Oya's head, and the setting sun as the background. My sister was shining. When she was just a baby, Dad always used to say she was shining with happiness. I always retorted, but Dad, she's not some flashlight. But I brought her to the window one day, and sunlight poured on her smiling face. I felt like I was holding a light, woven child.
А я все видела.
I saw everything. Whoops. I saw everything.
Да ну!
Oh, really?
Что ты спрятал?
What did you hide? She was just like my mom when she was little, before she put on her sad mask of tiredness and switched to her commanding tone of
Ничего,
voice.
просто...
It's nothing, it's just... Oya ran up to the table, her eyes round and
Ты
asked,
что-то украл и теперь прячешь?
You stole something and hid it there?
Ты вор?
Are you a thief?
Что? Глупая.
What? Don't be stupid.
Ничего я не крал.
I didn't steal anything. Clear image came to mind, that mitten hanging from the tree branch. What if I did steal it after all? From the forest. From the tilted figure standing behind the black trees. Oya could be selfish and stubborn when she did want,
Покажи тогда.
when she wanted. Then show me.
Клянись, что никому не скажешь. Тогда
Swear that
покажу.
you won't tell anyone and then I'll show you. Oya wore a plotting smile.
Клянусь маминым сердцем.
I swear on Mom's heart. An oath she heard in one of the movies about pioneers we
Не говори
watched.
так.
Don't say things like that. Oya nodded to me and gestured with her hand, locking her mouth with an imaginary key. She was filled with curiosity that was splashing in her giant eyes. I opened the door and Oya leaned in, holding her breath. It looked like there was not just a simple mitten, but a sort of exotic critter.
Это
Is
чья-то-
that someone's mitten? She said that if she couldn't understand what she saw.
Один мальчик потерял. И сам потерялся.
Certain boy lost it. Got lost myself.
Теперь понимаешь, как опасно гулять в лесу?
Now you understand
особенно
how
детям?
dangerous it is for kids to wander into the forest, right?
Ему, наверное, там очень
It must be
холодно.
really cold out there.
Его найдут?
When will they find him?
Обязательно.
They will. They will? They will?
Участковый по домам ходит, всем
They will.
фотографию его показывает.
Police are going house to house, showing his photo to everyone. Oya traversed to the room. Oya traversed the room with care and pressed her tiny little palms against the
А
window.
почему он по домам ходит, а не по лесу?
Why are they going to the houses and not to the forest?
Боится?
Are they scared? The question caught me off guard.
Милиционеры ничего не боятся.
Police aren't
И
scared of
лес они
anything.
прочесали.
They already scouted the forest. Yeah, right. Flashed with my clouded mind. Did they really check every nook and cranny where darkness, cold whispers of icy branches dwell? If that's the case, how did they miss that mitten? Thank you. Or did it appear later? For me. Change the topic. As if trying to get Oya as far away from possible from the forest thicket.
Если я сам найду пропавшего
We may
мальчика,
get a
нам,
reward
может,
and I could go
награду
find
дадут.
this boy myself.
Кучу всякого, как в
A
поле
lot of
чудес.
stuff, like in the Wheel of Fortune.
Клево же.
Sounds cool, right? Oya wasn't listening to me. She was piercing the forest with incredibly adult eyes, uncharacteristic for her.
А что, если это сова
What if
его
the owl
утащила?
got him?
Ерунда. Не может
Nonsense.
сова поднять человека.
Well, owl won't be able to lift a
Ну
human.
вот что...
Won't be able to lift a human. But you know what? I was picking my words with the utmost care. I forced them out of my overexerted brain.
Ты в лес не суйся.
Stay
Мне
away from the
кажется, он
forest.
какой-то,
I think
как бы
it's...
сказать,
How should I put it?
проклятый,
It's
что
cursed
ли.
or something.
Как в сказке?
Just like in a fairy tale?
Нет, скорее, как на той
No,
страшной
more like in a
кассете, что
spooky
родители
tape our
прячут.
parents hid from us. Oya shivered and stole a glance at the window.
Я видела, как ты
I
убег,
saw you
за тобой
running
кто-то
away.
гнался.
Someone was
Нет,
chasing you?
просто, чтобы мама не волновалась,
No.
спешил домой.
It's just I was hurrying back home so Mom wouldn't be worried. As I looked at my sister, my heart was tearing apart. She was so fragile. It was so easy to stifle her light. It was so easy to stifle her light. A gust of wind and her small fire would be gone. I know, I keep thinking of her now as this fragile little girl. And, brother's got to protect her little sister.
Хорошо тебе.
You're lucky.
Меня вот мама не пускает даже на
Mom
крыльцо.
would never even let me go outside.
Как принцесса в башне сижу.
I'm like a
Никуда не
princess in a
могу
tower.
выйти.
Can't go anywhere.
Так и умру тут от скуки.
I'll die from boredom here.
Не придумывай.
You're
От
wrong.
скуки еще никто не умирал.
No one ever dies from boredom.
У тебя же есть я и мультики, а мама с папой скоро
You have your
помирятся.
cartoons. And Mom and Dad will be good to each other soon.
Знаешь, что бы я загадала на
You know what I
следующий день
wish
рождения?
for on my next birthday?
Чтобы родители
I
тоже
wish
в
for Mom
детей
and Dad to turn into
превратились.
little children
И
so
мы
we
бы
could all
все
go play
вместе
together like
играли,
we used
как
to.
раньше.
Ага. А если бы они стали размером с жука, то мы бы их в
Yeah, if
спичечный
you'd-
коробок посадили.
Make them as small as bugs, we could go place them into a little box. I giggled and tugged at my sleeve.
Тоша, пойдем Аладдина смотреть.
Gosha, let's go watch Aladdin. Fatigue won over my desire to be with my little sister. I was washed over by some sort of heinous apathy. I'm wondering if she goes missing. That's gonna tear me apart.
Вымотался я. Что-то не
Too
хочется.
tired. I don't want to.
Ну пойдем.
Come on.
Мне скучно одной, а мама занята все
So
время.
boring alone, and Mom's always busy.
Можно выбрать другой мультик,
You can
который
pick
ты
a
еще не
cartoon you
видел.
haven't seen
Да
before.
я все наши кассеты наизусть знаю.
I know all of your tapes by heart at this point.
А вот и не все.
Not all of
Ты
them. You
Питера
haven't watched
Пэна не
Peter Pan.
видел. Помнишь, ты уснул на середине?
Remember how you fell asleep in the middle of it?
А там потом такое.
So much
Ну
happens after
пойдем.
that. Let's go. Let's go.
Пойдем.
You know what's funny? It reminds me of my niece. I swear little girls can just sit there and watch Disney movies for over and over and over and over and over. They're princess movies.
Давай попозже.
Maybe a little bit later.
Рассказать тебе, чем все закончилось?
Should I tell you how it ends?
Утром расскажешь.
Let's just leave it for tomorrow.
Утром не захочу.
I won't tell you tomorrow.
Придумала. А давай в прятки.
Nancy.
Нет, Оль.
Тогда
Oh, yeah.
нарисуй мне динозавра.
Draw me a dino.
Оля, блин.
Oh, yeah, please.
Нарисуй, нарисуй.
Draw it, draw
Да
it.
оставь ты меня в покое!
Leave me alone already. I blurted it out without thinking, and then I was immediately taken back. Yeah, what the fuck, man? I'd never scream at my little sister like that. Oya stared at me in shock. Her lips started trembling, a precursor to tears. My chest was seething with disgust and embarrassment. What's happening to me? I hurried to prevent Oya from crying.
Ладно, уболтала.
Alright, you win.
Давай
Let's go
смотреть
watch some
мультики.
cartoons for a bit.
Уже не
I don't
хочу.
wanna. I came up to her, put my hand on her soft head.
Пойдем.
Let's go.
Питера Пэна
Let's
посмотрим.
go watch Peter Pan.
Ага, ты опять
You'll fall
уснешь.
asleep again. I smiled and lifted her chin. Her eyes were wet and felt bottomless.
Не усну, обещаю.
I promise I
А
won't.
потом я тебе целого
And I'll
трицератопса
drive you
нарисую.
a full triceratops later. Hooray! Triceratops.
Ну, почти.
Close enough. Leah rubbed her eyes with her sleeve and pajamas, and a shining smile returned to her face.
Давай ты пока кассету
I bought
перемотаешь,
some
а я у мамы
for
попрошу
condensed milk
сгущенки с хлебом.
and bread, and you rewind the tape.
Только утром свежий привезли, как ты любишь.
The bread is fresh, just how you like it.
Неси, только аккуратнее,
All right,
а то
just be
разольешь.
careful not to spill
Опять
the milk,
ругаться будут.
and you'll be yelled at again.
Спорим, не разолью.
I bet I won't spill it.
Кассета где-то в тумбочке. Поищи пока.
Tape is somewhere in the nightstand. Go look for it. Oya disappeared into the doorway, and I dragged my feet into the neighboring room. Holy hell, there's a lot of reading. I remember that toy. The old photon TV was gathering dust in the corner. I was left clicking the button in front of the panel. The tube warmed up, and the familiar white noise started dancing on the black screen. I almost reached out to turn on the VCR, and the noise calmed down, and a blurry image appeared. There was a dark, Pega forest, just like the one outside my window. The forest split the screen in half. Something creepy resembling human speech was coming out of the speaker. Just a few moments later, the scenery was again overshadowed by noise. Did it catch some kind of rogue signal? Local TV station only really showed Soviet cartoons, and even that was pretty rare. And only just recently I used to always watch Robotech before school. It's so awesome. Maybe I should tinker with the antenna. What if I catch this channel again? On the other hand, Oya asked me to find the tape. It wouldn't be nice to disappoint her. But my sleepy state, I didn't have time to strength to do all of it. Switched through the shelves, pulled dolls and blue hippos from Kinder Surprise. I got the black rectangle from its box. The tape inside rustled while rewinding from the beginning. This rustle was luring me to sleep. Drowsiness attacked me when I was squatting before the TV. Images rolled in my head and Oya flying above the forest, tumbling in soft clouds. My little sister laughed and put her smile becomes more and more forced with every passing second. I noticed that the clouds underneath us part, bearing the bristling pine tops. Man, my God, this is long. Swampy darkness, I'm starting to fall asleep. Swampy darkness slurped among the trees. The wings are no longer able to hold us. And Oya,
Ты не смотришь без меня?
you haven't started without me, have you? My sister brought the tray with unevenly cut bread and a whole can of condensed milk. Rubbed my
Нет,
eyes.
садись.
No. Come sit.
Мама с папой опять ругаются.
Mom and Dad are arguing
У
again.
них сейчас период такой.
They're just going through rough
Глупый
times.
какой-то период.
Rough times are lame. On the screen, Wendy Peter Pan, blah blah blah. Cartoonish.
Может, и нам родители собачку купят?
Maybe mom and dad will buy us a dog
Ага,
too.
как же.
Yeah, right.
В Небыляндии у меня будет
I'll
своя
have to get my own
собственная
dog.
собака. И
Neverland.
кошка. И
And a cat.
попугайчик.
And a parrot. Oya smeared a slice of bread with thick layer of condensed milk. Handed it to me.
А у тебя все молочные зубы
You lost all your
выпали?
baby teeth?
Конечно.
Obviously. Oya frowned in deep
Питера
thought.
Пэна зубы
Peter Pan
молочные.
has baby teeth.
Вдруг со взрослыми
What
зубами
if
тебя
they
не
won't
пустят
let
в
you go
его
on this
страну?
land with adult
Мы
teeth?
что-нибудь обязательно
We'll think
придумаем.
of something.
Попросим папу исправить тебе возраст в паспорте.
Ask Dad to alter your age on the
С
passport.
чего это папа будет документы подделывать?
Why would Dad forge documents? Leia took a bite of her sandwich and started talking with her mouth full.
Будет.
Whoa,
Мама
I
говорила, что он так делал. А я подслушала.
did that before.
Смотри, уши вырастут, как у Дамбо.
You'll grow ears as big as Dumbo's. I got worried, touched your ears. I smiled to myself. My little sister was silent now. She was devoured. She just devoured bread, watching her adventures of Peter Pan, Tinkerbell, and James Hook. It's just she got sucked into the fairy tale Neverland. To be honest, I also imagine myself there in the land where no one ever ages, no one ever argues over little things, where no one listens to fights and the sound of broken plates at night. I felt like I was dreaming with my eyes still open. Then my sister screamed, pulled me back into reality.
Скорей, шторы задерни!
Tosha, shut the curtains
Зачем?
fast.
Никто же на
Why?
тебя не смотрит.
No one's watching you.
Уже темно.
It's dark, and when it's dark, the owl comes out.
Я боюсь.
I'm scared. I got out of bed, fighting my drowsiness, and closed the curtains. I did my best not to look outside towards the treetops, towards the horse, which seemingly drew closer and closer. Of course, it was just a visual effect from shadows and branches scraping the snow.
Тоша, мама думает, что я напридумывала про сову.
Mom thinks I made the owl up.
И папа считает, что раз я маленькая,
Dad
это
thinks I'm a
значит
liar and I'm
врушка.
small. I'm a liar since I'm
А
small.
сова есть.
But the owl
Вот
exists.
честная-пречестная
Honestly,
весть,
it
ты же
does.
мне веришь?
You believe me,
Что она
right?
там, и
And it
каждую
comes every
ночь
night
приходит.
and swiftly grabbed Oya's hand and looked her straight in the eyes. I was trying to transfer at least some of my courage and determination. Did I really have those qualities?
Я тебе верю, слышишь?
Yes. I believe you,
Ты только
alright?
родителям больше не рассказывай про сову.
Just don't nag our parents about it
У них и
anymore.
так хлопот по горло.
They're
Они только
already dealing with a
рассердятся.
lot, so they'll get mad at you. So they'll just get mad
Ты
at
мне
you.
говори, если что
Come
случится.
and tell me if
И в
anything
окно не
happens.
смотри.
And don't look out the window.
Но она хочет, чтобы я смотрела.
But it wants me to look.
Перехочет.
Doesn't matter.
Притворись, что ее нет и не было никогда.
Act like it
Что она
didn't
выдумка,
exist and
как
never
родители
existed.
говорят.
Like it's made up, like mom and dad
Ей
said.
ждать надоест, она улетит.
I'll get tired of waiting and fly away. It'll get tired of waiting and fly away. Oh, poor Oya. She's gonna go missing. How much you want to bet? We followed Peter Pan's adventures as if nothing ever happened. As if the forest didn't kidnap kids, as if our parents weren't tearing each other apart bit by bit. Captain Hook was running away from the crocodile, and Captain Pan was headed to London on a glided sailboat. By some miracle, I lasted longer than my sister. Oya's eyelids had dropped. She started snorting lightly, resting her chin on the side of the bed. I stood up and left Oya's room. I was looking out the window, studying the field when my mom peeked into my room.
Довольно баловства.
Enough playing around.
Завтра первый день в школе.
Whoa. Hello. It's your first day of school.
Ложись,
tomorrow.
тебе надо выспаться.
Go to bed. You should sleep properly.
Не хочешь же ты, чтобы тебя все дразнили
You don't
Соней?
want to be teased for being sleepy, right? Adults think everything is so simple. As if sound sleep would ensure my classmates would like me. I covered myself with a blanket up to my neck and listened to the house humming. Just something invisible rustling in the corners. My inner voice had a question for me. Do I want to hear that mysterious flute again? Yes or no? Maybe it's just a part of growing up and I can't fully understand my own desires. The forest wailed behind the barrier that was my walls. Some eternal entity wandered the fields. Branches shook, as if calling for me. The wind howled on in the night. My thoughts were like annoying flies that entered my head before becoming weak and tangled. I didn't notice how I fell into a slumber. It has to come, after all. The day I feared the most. First day of a new school term. Oh my God. Jesus fucking Christ. Did you just say episode 2? Alright, how many episodes? I really like it, but I'm really getting sick of reading. Five? I'm sorry, I don't have that in me. I just don't. Oh my God. Dude, I am tired. It's 6:30. How many viewers are... There's no viewers. I'm out of here, dude. There's no sense in struggling.